Hi, you guys. So I thought going over what you guys did yesterday would be a little bit better to do with you actually be able to see me. So you're going to get this out, and you went through all of the slides yesterday and wrote them down and wrote whether you had them or not, and if it was the recessive or dominant gene that you had. So I'm going to go through my list, but I thought you being able to see me would make it a little bit more meaningful. So the first one you guys had was a widow's peak. And I was telling you guys that what a widow's peak was is your hairline on the top. So if your hairline is straight across, you don't have a widow's peak. And if it kind of goes down in a little point right here, then you do have a widow's peak. So I don't have one. So I have the recessive gene. And then the next one, we talked about having dark hair or light hair. And having dark hair is the dominant gene. So I have the dominant gene for that one. And then your pinky, this one I thought was very interesting because I never really looked at my pinkies before, but mine is straight. So if you, let's see, I need to turn it. There you go. So if you see my pinky, it's not bent in. Like this does not bend this way like that. It's pretty straight. So I figured it's a straight pinky, so that's a recessive gene. And then crossing your hands. I have my hands actually crossed right now. So when I cross my hands, my left thumb goes over, right, automatically when I do it. So it's not when you're actually thinking about it, just however you automatically cross your hands when you interweave them like this. So then that is dominant. If you cross your left one over. The next one is the detached and attached earlobe, and I had a picture. So mine are attached. So my earlobe does not like have or indents like that. Mine doesn't do that. It goes almost pretty close to straight across, connected to my head. So attached earlobe is a recessive gene. And then being able to roll your tongue. I cannot roll my tongue at all. Like I can't even figure out how you would even start to do that. So that's the recessive gene. But the thing is, it's funny because my husband can roll his tongue, and then our daughter, she can also roll her tongue too, and I can't. So she got the dominant gene between my husband and me. The next one is cleft chin. So a cleft chin is like what I have right here. Let's see, so you guys can see the shadow. See how it indents like a dimple right here? That is a cleft chin. So that's dominant. And then dimples, I do not have any dimples. So that is recessive. And then left-handed, I am left-handed. So if you're right-handed, that's a dominant gene. If you're left-handed, you got the recessive gene. And then your hair, curly or straight. The straight hair is recessive, and curly is a dominant gene, which I was really surprised about that because you see a lot more people I feel have straight hair, but maybe it's more 50-50. I'm just going to have to pay more attention to see. But straight hair, like what I have, is recessive. And then freckles is a dominant gene. I do have freckles. It's not like what it shows in the picture to where it's all over here, but I have some on my nose, and then I have, let's see, you can't see them very good on the camera, but you can see them on my arm. They're not as heavily coating my skin as some freckles are like in the picture. So I do have the dominant gene for freckles, and my daughter does have the same kind of freckles on her skin too. Mine just have more because I've been out in the sun a lot more just with age. So go ahead. I'm going to show you my book. Let's see. Oh, I can turn the camera. Hold on 1 second. It's going to get all funky because I'm going to turn you. All right. So here's my list. So yours should of course have, if you have a widow's peak or no widow's peak or blonde hair, dark hair, straight pinky, or whatever yours is, and then you have it, whether it's recessive or dominant on it. And then you're adding some on your page, some of the inherited traits that you have. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now with you guys. For me, let's see. I feel like we're all twisted. There we go. All right. So for another inherited trait is that I am tall. Both of my parents were also tall. I have brown eyes. That's also inherited. I have darker skin. Like so darker skin tone. I tan very easily in the sun. I don't burn very easily. So I tend to have a darker skin tone. Let me think another thing that we haven't already said. Oh, my eyesight. I am nearsighted, meaning I can see close up, but I can't see far away. So I have to wear contacts. So your eyesight is also inherited. I can't think of many right at this moment. Dark skin, dark hair, dark eyes, my height. Oh, my feet. This is another one that I seen that I didn't add to the list. So if you look at your bare foot and you put your foot down and step on it, like you have to put weight on it. If your second toe is longer, like a little bit longer than your big toe, that is also inherited. That's a dominant gene. Versus if like your toes go like here, like your last three fingers, see how it like goes in an order. But if your second toe, like this, is a little bit longer than your big toe, then that is a dominant gene too. And I have that. My daughter does not have that. So she has to where her toes all go in like perfect alignment. They go tall, medium, and it keeps going down in the row. So longer second toe. Okay. You can Google too, like dominant or inherited genes or inherited traits, and they'll come up with a list of things too that you can look at too. Some things you might learn like, oh, I didn't realize that was an inherited trait. So you can keep adding to your list. Once you have your list done, you can go ahead and close that, and we're going to talk about learned or acquired traits today.